think when I was a kid, I was very interested in media, but I don't really know the difference between media and film and TV, and I just really want to be something who can. I want to do something that ultimately can influence people how to think or what topic they are talking about. So that's when that's when I started to interested in media in general. And during my graduate no during my college, I my major was broadcasting journalism. So during that study, I find out, well, maybe TV journalism is not um, it's not as interesting as filmmaking. And then I started to take some film classes, and I know immediately um, I want to kind of learn something that's deeper, something that people talk about, and also something that hopefully can influence how people think, or maybe just to make people think of something. So I think directing is more like you need to get a whole idea or whole control of where this story is going and how this film feels like, what it looks like, what it sounds like. It's everything. But writing is the core of the story. So the story is about a Chinese guy who come to study in the United States, but after he graduates, he couldn't really find a job that he feels satisfied about. And at the same time, his parents want him to go back to China because he's the only kid in the family. So right before he goes back to China, he meets a girl, and somehow they have some feelings for each other, which makes him returning to China a little bit more difficult. But in the end, he has to make the decision for himself. So for me, what's really important in the story is both of these two characters are the only kid from the family, which most of the people in my generations are. So in this time in China, a lot of families can actually afford, or they try to afford their kids to have a better education. Um, but this actually puts a lot of pressure on the kids. People say that all these kids have, they have a lot, but at the same time they have the same amount of pressure and responsibility. So when by the time they need to make a decision, it's not a decision just for themselves. They need to think about their families. So to me, I never said these two are from the single child family, but where they come from is actually really important to me for the story. I'm developing this into a feature film, so it's about what happens after.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
so they are separate, but they need to find a way coming back together, which means they need to work on their relationship and also work on their own career, and how their career can lead their way together. That's my own project, but I'm still working on another TV show that hopefully it's produced here, and hopefully it's gonna be broadcast in China.